Nathan go merere te lawa, go ngai tabua, ando talita kana vararonga na Radio Fiji 1 nando maiviti.
Radio Fiji 1 nando maiviti.
Jan Vinaka and good morning, Fiji. In this bulletin, childcare needs major revamp, says Minister. Fiji's pig industry faces bleak future. And more interested in rice farming.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Minister for Women Mariseni Vuniwanga gave a sobering message about childcare in Fiji while launching a guideline on child abuse and neglect. Addressing stakeholders from the government and civil society, Vuniwanga says Fiji is failing to protect the welfare of children. Edwin Nund reports.
For the last decade, Fiji has recorded increasing cases of child abuse every year.
We need to be more innovative in the way that we deal with child abuse and neglect. It also tells us that we are continuing to fail as parents, as caregivers, or as persons and organizations who have been entrusted with the safety and well-being of our children.
We also have challenges and gaps which we are supposed to address. And I have noted the Madam Minister's comments in that regard.
In the first 6 months of 2020, there were 870 cases reported under the Child Welfare Act. Last year, a total of 1,452 cases of child abuse and neglect were reported. In all of these cases, the majority of victims are girls.
The most recorded case types for both years are child neglect, lack of supervision, medical neglect, failure to provide food, clothing, or shelter, physical abuse, and sexual abuse.
If there is training to be needed, we should be able to do that. If there is SOPs to be needed, we should be able to do that so that we guide our officers. And I know in many of these situations and circumstances, we happen to be the frontline officers who engage.
Vuniwanga adds a long tradition of silence on child abuse is slowly being denounced and is becoming a public and political topic. The interagency guideline launched today strengthens response to children in need of care and protection. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
The Fiji Pig Farmers Association believes the number of small pig farmers is expected to drop in the next few months. President Simon Cole says there are about 30,000 small and 30 commercial farmers in the country and are expected to leave the business due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He adds pork demand has dropped as well over the last 4 months from local markets, particularly the tourism sector.
Typically, we consume about 3,500 tonnes of pork a year, of which 2,700 tonnes is produced locally. The demand now is about 2,000 tonnes, so there's an oversupply of about 700 tonnes in the industry, and that has forced the prices down.
More people are now venturing into rice farming, with more indicating interest following the COVID-19 crisis. Fiji Rice Limited General Manager Ashrit Pratap says this is encouraging news, as it will help the rice industry achieve its aim of reducing imports to become self-sufficient. Eleanor Tarangaiviu has more.
The COVID-19 crisis has seen an increase in rice farming, with Fiji Rice Limited receiving many interests from the Western Division.
There's a lot of new farmers coming in, and mostly some people have lost their jobs after this COVID-19 thing.
Paddy costs and government incentives and subsidies are also enticing current cane farmers to switch to rice farming.
The cane farmers used to plant rice as well, but mostly for self-sustainable level. But now it's coming back after this COVID thing came up.
Fiji Rice Limited is also negotiating with landowners who have unutilized land to plant rice under a joint venture agreement.
Our plan is to plant rice. We have just acquired about 60 acres of land, and we have about 50 acres which we will utilize for rice farming.
At the moment, we are working with 10 farmers, and we're hoping to increase that.
With these new farms, along with several of their own in Buan, Riketi, Senganga and Lambasa, Fiji Rice Limited can expect another good year of production.
We broke the record for the past 15 years in the last financial year, and we're hoping to increase that.
Fiji Rice Limited has around 235 active farmers, and they expect this number to increase this year. 90% of these farmers are from Vanuatu and 10% from Viti Levu. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
The Fiji Ports Corporation Limited has paid out bonuses and dividends for the 5th consecutive year since the Fiji National Provident Fund bought shares in a public-private partnership. The improved position of FPCL ties in with the government's vision to strengthen Fiji's position as the trade, transportation, logistics and communications hub of the Pacific. The Ports Corporation recorded the highest ever profit in its history last year.
2019, the financial performance of FPTL continued to be strong, delivering consistently high returns to our shareholders.
The company has recorded a net profit after tax of 28.04 million, an increase of 4% compared to 2018. This has also led to an increase of shareholding dividends from 16.24 million to 16.82 million.
The Fiji Roads Authority has confirmed that there is a shortage of local contractors with specialist machines. Acting Chief Executive Kamal Prasad says only a few contractors have their own plants and some are not certified. As a result, the local road contractors are working in collaboration with international contractors who have specialized machines. Having their kits will enable local contractors to work on the contracts put out by the FRA or other developers. More opportunities will be created if local contractors have their specialized equipment. Prasad adds this will also ensure projects are completed on time.
There are a few who have got their old plant and some are not certified, and that's the issue we're having at the moment, that a few things are not certified.
The first state witness in the case against Freesol Real Estate Development Limited yesterday testified work done by the company on Malolo Island had been deemed illegal. Environment Officer Kelera Tokalau gave her account of the matter in the Suva Magistrates Court. Tokalau said she visited the site 4 times and only during her first visit was the site in its pristine natural state. Freesol Real Estate faces 1 count of undertaking unauthorized development and failure to comply with the prohibition notice. It's alleged the developer carried out work on the dry land at Wadia on Malolo Island without an approved environment impact assessment report. In court yesterday, Tokalau said on August 1, 2017, she visited the site, and back then there was no development. She says the company was expected to submit an environmental impact assessment. However, from her 2nd to 4th visits, she noted the company had already started working. She told the court this work took place despite no EIA report or approval, and therefore the department deemed the work illegal. If the company is convicted, it will face fines up to $750,000 or a term of up to 10 years imprisonment for its directors. The trial continues today. More than $20 million is being injected into the construction of a liquefied petroleum gas terminal by Petroleum Gas Company and better known as Bluegas. Petroleum and Gas Company Managing Director Ajay Punja says the increasing demand has forced Bluegas to set up a new terminal in Suva. He adds the storage terminal will further cement Bluegas's footprint in the central and eastern regions and improve customer reach. More than 70 new jobs will be created when work on the terminal is complete by August next year.
I've been in the business for the last 30 years with 1 terminal in Vunda. It's part of our risk management and the demand for business growth and all in the Suva area, so we're doing this terminal.
Up ahead, Eastern Saints ready for epic final. An under 12 and 14 league for Fiji FA next year.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
The Eastern Saints have been making headlines all season and made it to the Digicel Korotoranga finals by creating major upsets. The Saramaya by coach side is set to face Freshet Navy White in the final at Albert Park tomorrow. Eastern Saints captain Apanisa Mbelo Levu says making it to the finals in their first year in the Super Rugby Union competition was a team effort.
We wouldn't know that we'll reach this far, and I would like to thank the boys for the effort from the starting of the journey up till today. Challenges was financial challenges and going up team in Korturanga Championship and during training.
The Fiji Football Association will be introducing a new league competition for the under 12 and 14 grades from 2021. Fiji Football Association President Rajesh Patel made this announcement during the Suva Football Association's Vodafone Premier League celebration at the Fiji FA Hall in Vatuanga last night. Patel says this is part of the grassroots development program where they want to ensure players that are in the system are maintained in their districts. He says from here the best players will be selected to compete in the league competition.
From next year, we'll be having the under 12 and under 14 league, and there will be competitions within the association, member associations, and the best players will be picked from all these competitions within Suva, Navua, Rewa, Palu, all over, and then they will compete in the under 12 and the under 14 league.
National Rep Nethani Ross has been one of the consistent swimmers post-COVID-19. Ross broke the 27.90-second record he set 2 years ago in the male Open 50 back category, securing a 27.81-second record time. President Ben Rova says Ross's performance in the long course age group nationals is promising.
We had Nethani Ross, who's been pretty consistent in just about every Grand Prix and this weekend's nationals. He's been setting new times in his national records, which means he's been dropping it.
Quick look at the weather map for today. It is finally Friday, the 20th of November. Start of the weekend for many. A heavy rain warning remains in force for eastern half of Viti Levu and the interior of the other larger islands, northern eastern parts of Vanua Levu, Taveuni and nearby smaller islands, northern Lao and Lomai Viti groups. And that is your FBC Morning News. Join us at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. for our major bulletin. Remember, in times of crisis, you need factual news that you can trust. Stop believing fake news about the COVID-19 on social media. Fight misinformation by getting only the facts about the coronavirus from verified news sources like FBC's TV, radio and digital media news. fbcnews.com.fj, keeping Fijians connected with the truth.
Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suva. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.